It's 1974. I'm 8 years old. My dad, besides being a teacher at Bemidji State University, collects and restores old cars, really old cars. And he has spent the last several years going around all of the swap meets and all of the farmsteads to find old rusty bumpers and old paneling, and he has created quite a collection of old rusty car parts. He needs to store them somewhere. So he decides to build a shed in our backyard. Now, because he has young boys, young sons, he decides that he's going to build a second story to the shed and create a tree house for us. And he creates this massive tree house with rope ladders leading up to a catwalk to another set of rope ladders, and we have a great time in the treehouse. We climb in and out. It is a ball. We have so much fun. All the neighborhood kids come over all the time. Danny, Jerry, everybody comes over, and we all have a great time climbing in and out of the treehouse, making up games. We have a ball. And then one day we decide we are going to have a sleepover. So we all get together, and on the appointed day, we bring our sleeping bags and our boxes of cereal and our candy and our gum, and we are going to have a sleepover. And that night, as night falls, we realize that there are shadows where there weren't shadows before. But that's okay. That's okay. No, and we ask each other, "Are you scared?" No. I'm not scared. Are you scared? No. I'm not scared. But as night falls and it gets darker and darker, we're having second thoughts. And as we sat there having second thoughts, Jerry said, "Hey guys, do you want to hear a ghost story?" And we all looked at each other and said, "Sure, Jerry. Sure. We want to hear a ghost story." And Jerry took a flashlight and held it up to his face. And he said, "Once there was a man who was married to a woman. And one day the woman had a terrible accident and lost the use of one of her arms. And the man bought her a replacement arm, and it wasn't just any replacement arm. This arm was made of gold. And for a while he was happy that his wife had this arm of gold because it brought her great joy. But after a while, he began to strain under the weight of having to care for his wife and do all the things she needed done for her. And he began to seek the love of another. And his wife became a burden to him. And so he began to think, if I could only take that golden arm, I could sell it. And I could marry the woman I really love. And so that terrible idea took root in his mind. And he plotted and planned. And then one horrible day, he took her life. And then he was free. He was able to sell the arm and buy a big house and marry the woman that he always had loved. And he was happy. And she was happy. And they were happy. And one night, they lay in bed. But something was wrong. In their house, they could hear the voice of calling distantly, "Who stole my golden arm?" "What was that?" his wife said. "I don't know," he said. "Who stole my golden arm?" And they could hear the voice as whatever it was, the spirit came up the stairs. "Who stole my golden arm?" And they could hear it was right outside the door. Suddenly the door burst open, and there was the ghost of the man's dead wife. And she said, "You got it!" and she reached out and she grabbed the man. You got it! And right then, Jerry reached out and grabbed Danny's leg. You got it! And Danny freaked out. And he screamed! And he ran out of the treehouse, and he climbed down the rope ladder, and he ran across the catwalk, and down the rope ladder, and across the backyard, and down the road, and he was gone! And we all watched Danny run across the backyard, down the street, until he disappeared into the night. And suddenly, sleeping out in the treehouse didn't seem like such a great idea anymore. And we all took our sleeping bags and our cereal boxes and our candy and gum, and we all went home to our own beds.